The Shadow Legacy tier list has arrived. With the brand new season coming along and the addition of the Operator Zero, I've gone ahead and made the tier list for Operation Shadow Legacy. With all of the brand new changes, such as the brand new scopes from many different operators that have either nerfed them, buffed them, or changed them completely, which has happened for a lot of them. Now let's get diving on into this tier list. Now remember that this tier list is purely based off of my opinion of playing the game for a long time. No matter how long you've played the game or how short you play the game or your skill level or your rank differs, your opinion is still completely valid. So if you think any should be changed or you have a different opinion, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. And also take into account that different operators are going to work in different skill levels. For example, Kavira might do really well in the low ranks, but at the top ranks she isn't going to thrive as highly. Now this tier list is going to be going all the way from S being the top tier to D being the bottom tier, and there's also a B+ in there as well. If you agree with one of the operator placements that I've used for one of the tiers, be sure to drop a like on the video. Without further ado, let's get on into it. So first of all, we're going to be starting at all the way at the bottom with the D tier. And now in the D tier, I've gone ahead and placed Glaz and Tachanka. Now there are a few reasons why I have placed Glaz and Tachanka in there. Tachanka is an extremely hard operator to actually use and get effectiveness out of in his current state. The rework is going to come in, which is going to completely change the way you play him. However, at the moment, with that no rework in place, it is going to mean that he is going to be ranking in that tier because he is a very difficult operator to actually get any use out of. Now, Glaz is an operator who might be a little more useful in certain situations. You can very easily dominate as a Glaz if you specifically know how to play him correctly. But again, even if you know how to play Glaz extremely well, in a lot of situations, he isn't going to be too useful compared to other operators. Therefore, that's why I've ranked him in that tier. And I wouldn't rank him in the above tier potentially because he just doesn't fit in. Now next up we have the C tier, and for the C tier I've ranked operators such as Warden, Nock, Blitz, Kavira, Thinker and Goyo. Now the reason why I have ranked Kavira in here is because she's been heavily nerfed over time. Her pistol is not as effective as it once was a few seasons ago. On top of that, it is very unlikely you are going to be getting an interrogation when you are going to be playing against those higher skill players. Now, by all means, I wouldn't be surprised if Kavira is very effective in those lower ranks. But in my eyes, Kavira is no longer that operator that you should be scared of and fearing every single round. Especially when you do compare this with other roamers in the game right now. Now, an operator like Goyo would be ranked here for the majority of the player base, because quite frankly, he isn't going to be very useful when you don't know how to utilize him correctly against higher skill players. However, if any of you watch Pro League, you'll know that Goyo is an extremely effective and highly picked operator in there. This is why the Pro League meta and the ranked meta completely differ. And even in those high level ranks, Goyo isn't going to be picked an absolute load compared to other operators because it doesn't fit the meta that is currently in the ranked play. And poor Ned Flanders, Warden, is going to be stuck down in that tier because his ability is very, very specific for certain situations and won't always come in use. And now moving over onto the B tier, we have operators such as Frost, Lion, Fuse, Alibi, Twitch, and Oryx. Now to some of you might be surprised to see an operator like Twitch this low down, and the reason is very clear why she is in this situation. It's going to be because in those high level ranks, Twitch is an operator who is going to be very easily countered. Her Twitch drones aren't going to be able to get her in any area in which she can take out that utility, which is her primary use. A skilled player who knows what they're doing is going to be very aware and can take out that Twitch drone with a single bullet very easily and simply when that Twitch drone does try to make its way towards any utility. Whereas in other situations, the player might not even notice it because they aren't as aware as another player might be. Again, with a similar idea for Frost being in here, is because her ability is very easy to take out when you are going to be having a bit of awareness about you. However, she could be really effective against players who might not always expect that Frost mat or might not know how to take it out when jumping over a window. Let me know down below if there are any operators that are very effective in your skill level that might not be in others. I'm interested to take a look. And the exact same concept will apply to Alibi. Some players aren't going to know how to take it out effectively, whereas other players might know a trick or way that they can get around it and take it out. An operator like Oryx has been placed here in my opinion because his ability doesn't always come in use when you need it most, while his overall loadout and equipment isn't going to supply him the way he should be. Now moving on to the B+ tier, where I have ranked operators such as Amaru, Iana, Gridlock, Clash, other operators like that are in there. Now an operator like Capitao and Ella are definitely deservedly so sitting in this tier because they are operators that are going to be definitely useful, but they aren't going to be the top S tier is what I would say. An operator like Kali might be a little bit higher than you would expect, and this is going to differ for many different playstyles and skill levels. But especially with the change to Thatcher, Kali is going to be a little bit more of a highly picked operator compared to last time. Now the reason why I've decided to put Clash in here is because Clash can either be extremely good or extremely not useful. Now Clash can be very useful when she's going to be coordinating with a team. You can see how much time Clash can waste, and on top of that how many kills you can pick up with her when coordinating with a teammate. Clash could very easily be an A to an S tier operator when coordinating with a team who knows how to use her correctly. However, Clash could be a C tier operator when you don't have any coordination, you might be solo queuing, and you don't know how to utilize her correctly. And again, a lot of these operator tier placements are going to differ for various circumstances, whether your skill level is different, whether you're going to be solo queuing, playing in a team, or duo queuing. But if there has been an operator so far that you've agreed with and you like the positioning of that operator in this tier list, be sure to drop a like on the video. And with that, I want to discuss an operator such as Castle. Castle is an operator who can be extremely useful in a lot of situations. However, this is going to depend on whether you know how to use him properly or don't, because if you don't know how to use him properly, you'll find yourself barricading your teammates in and really just causing a negative for your team. However, in a situation where you know how to utilize him correctly and use it to your advantage, he can definitely be an operator who will be in this B+ tier. He's going to allow you to waste time, slow down the enemy, and waste their utility, all whilst covering your teammates from various angles. And with that, we move on to the A tier, where we are going to be seeing operators such as IQ, Legion, Hibana, Thatcher, Ashe, Buck, and many other operators of the such. An operator like Mirror would definitely be placed here because her ability has always been extremely useful. Mirror has been in a solid spot for a while, but with her Vector gaining access to that 1.5x scope, her gun is going to be absolutely insane in Operation Shadow Legacy. And again, the same also applies to Legion. Now Legion did see a nerf, however he still has been a solid operator. But with him getting this 1.5x scope on his T5 SMG, which is going to be incredible, it also reinforces his position in the A tier. With the brand new scopes coming to those two operators, their weapons are going to shred even more than they did before without that scope. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on these scopes coming to those two weapons for those operators. Now, two operators such as Doc and Rook who did see a nerf with their ACOGs being lost. Now, Rook has got a little bit more of a zoomed in scope compared to Doc, but I am very interested to see how this is going to play out for them. Now, with them both being in the A tier, I don't think their position is exactly stable in my eyes. And this is due to the fact that with them losing their ACOGs, which is a big reason why people did play them, obviously their ability and overall kit does come into play heavily, but potentially one of them could be lowered to a lower tier. An operator like Bandit in Operation Shadow Legacy does now have a lot of abilities to counter, with the new hard breaching gadget coming into play, and as well the previous ones that were already there. But this doesn't make him any less viable. It simply just means that he's got a few more items to counter onto his list, but it does mean he is a strong operator still. And finally, we move on to the top tier, which is going to be the S tier, the elites. In this tier list, we have operators such as Zero, Ace, Valkyrie, Vigil, Echo, and many other operators similar to those. Now, first of all, we'll start off with Zero. And the reason why I think he is going to be in here is because his weapon is so strong. His weapon that he does have access to is going to be a very strong weapon in the current season, but on top of that, his ability is fantastic for gathering that intel. What a fantastic support operator this one is going to be. Another great addition to the team for Operation Shadow Legacy. An operator such as Nomad is a fantastic solo queue operator for many situations, but on top of that, she also works extremely well in a team and always has been. An operator like Smoke might be slightly underrated, but in those higher ranks, when you really get to know how to use him, he is going to be a fantastic and incredible asset to your team. Now, a defender like Melusi has kind of gone under the radar. Ever since she got released, she was a very strong operator from the beginning. She took a small nerf, but she's kind of got under this radar and is still remaining to be a strong operator. Two incredible anchors such as Maestro and Echo have always remained strong operators in my eyes. With their ability that they can use to gain intel, deny the plan, it is very useful for your team. But on top of that, their weapons are incredible as well. Vigil is the king of roaming, and while you may think he doesn't help out his team, he actually does. He can waste time very easily. While his ability doesn't contribute to the team like a Jaeger ADS does, his ability is designed to waste that time, and his kit is overall suited to roaming. And what roaming does in Rainbow Six Siege is delays the enemy's time causes pressure onto them, which is overall, in the long run, going to help out your team a ton. Which is why I do believe Vigil's kit and ability is equipped for that, and he deserves to be in this S tier. On the screen right now is my complete tier list for Operation Shadow Legacy in Rainbow Six Siege. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments, which ones you would alter and which ones you do agree with. But please do remember, it does depend on a number of circumstances for this tier list. If you enjoyed this video or it did catch you up with the meta in Rainbow Six Siege and what kind of operators are ranking in certain situations, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more tips and tricks like this one. If you do in fact have any questions about my tier list or operators that you think should go differently, be sure to drop in the discussion over on the Discord, and there will be a link down below. We're very happy to have you there. Have an incredible rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.